Is James Hetfield a good lyricist? Well, let's talk about it. One of the first things to consider is what is the purpose of Hetfield's lyrics. Metallica is a band that is riff-centered and energy-centered and attitude-centered, and the lyrics, while they are a very important part of their overall delivery, are not the centerpiece. That said, let's take a look at Hetfield's lyrical style. What he specializes in is what I would call graffiti lyrics. Lyrical content that could be written on the side of a wall, it could be spray painted somewhere, it could be carved into a picnic table with a pocket knife. He is not Shakespeare. He is not looking to show what can be done with language. He is, on the other hand, trying to probe deeply into important issues like drug addiction, violence, political corruption, war, and sometimes even mythological concepts. But for the most part, Hetfield has his feet firmly on the ground and he's dealing with daily issues, many of which you get the feeling he's experienced directly. This is in stark contrast to the traditional metal lyrical content that starts with Black Sabbath. Sabbath was the first true metal band, in my opinion. Geezer Butler's lyrics are quite clearly epic in scale and meant to evoke a kind of mythological, religious drama. Hetfield seems to have consciously made a decision not to engage with what he used to refer to as super Satan death metal lyrics and try to get into something more emotional and more psychological. In the early stage of Metallica's career, the first two albums, most of the lyrical content is about heavy metal itself. Metallica is the ultimate fan-driven band. They love metal and it shows through. Songs like Four Horsemen and Hit the Lights, and basically everything on the first album is about the spirit and the purpose of thrash metal. As Hetfield's lyrics changed and the band became more and more commercial, he decided to engage with topics and ideas that could appeal to a vast number of people. Hetfield is trying to make statements in a way that would be less like graffiti you would paint on a wall and more like posts you might make on social media. That said, I do think James Hetfield is a really good lyricist. I think he is intelligent, sensitive, and most of all, he cleverly avoided the trap of trying to write like Geezer Butler or even to write like Rob Halford. Hetfield's not a sex, drugs, and rock and roll lyricist, and for that I think he deserves a lot of credit and a lot of respect.